everyone out there in YouTube land and all subsequent social media lands. Welcome to an all-new video. This video we're going to be doing a movie review of a film that just came out in theaters middle of last month and is a great film that is based on a video game series. So we're going to get right into that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, where I pretty much post on a regular basis, so definitely check those out. As always, people, let's get right into this! So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to do a movie review of a film that came out middle of last month. It is a great film that I just actually got to see in theaters just like about a week or so ago. And it's a great film that just rocks and is so much fun. And that happens to be the film known as Uncharted! Yeah! Uncharted! Yeah, it's really surprising it took them this long to make an actual feature-length film about this game series, but I'm glad they finally did it. They have the perfect actors for this film and actresses and so forth that just made this film so fun, so interesting, and just action-packed, and it was like watching the video games all over again. Now, this film is just so amazingly done, so well conceived, and just really brilliant. Now, this film happens to be directed none other by a great director who I have always enjoyed. I think he does a great job with his films and just does an amazing job with anything he has put out. And that, of course, is Mr. Ruben Fletcher! Oh yeah! Ruben Fletcher! Woo! Ruben Fletcher! Yeah! Ruben Fletcher rocks. He's such an amazing director. He directed the two Zombieland films, and he's directed many other films over the years, and just is a rock-solid, amazing director. Now, one film I really enjoyed him as a director. I thought he did such a great job, and I'm sad that he didn't come back for the sequel, but still, I'm glad he got to direct the first film in this series. And then, of course, the film called Venom. Yeah, Venom. Oh my god, he does such a great job with Venom, bringing this awesome Marvel character to the big screen, and his directing of Tom Hardy and everyone in this film just really was amazing, and he made such a great action-packed film. It had a lot of the same vibes with that little bit of comedy, along with the action, all that kind of stuff like the Zombielands and so forth, and he just brought a really great version and a great basis for this Venom film that just really was a great introduction to Venom, finally into the big live-action cinema. And he just did such a great job with so many great action sequences, a great storyline with just a great ensemble cast that just did a really good job. If you haven't seen Ruben Fletcher direct anything, definitely check him out in the Venom film. He did such a great job at directing it. But overall, I really enjoyed him as a director of Uncharted. He did a great job. He brought it to life. He gave us this really great rendition of this awesome video game series. And just overall, he really had a great eye, and it almost felt very Indiana Jones-like. And it felt just like that throughout the whole entire film. He had a great eye for all the action sequences and everything about the film. Really well done. If you haven't seen Ruben Fletcher's Uncharted yet, definitely check it out. He did a great job directing it. So this movie has a really great cast, and a few of the actresses that were in this, I have never seen them in anything before, so I don't know much about them, but the two main actors I really know a lot about. I really enjoy them, and just all around, they were all really great in this film. They were very enjoyable, and all around just did a great job. Now, to start us off with this awesome cast is none other than Mr. Wahlberg himself, Mr. Mark Wahlberg! Oh yeah! Mark Wahlberg! Woo! Mark Wahlberg! Yeah! So Mark Wahlberg plays Sully in this film, who is a great character in the video game series, and he knocks him out to the T. He was perfect as a character, he's amazing, and just did a really all-around great job. Now, Mark Wahlberg is very well known. I mean, he's been in so many things over the years. He was in Fear back in the 90s with Reese Witherspoon. He's been in The Fighter. He's been in a ton of things over the years. And it's just all around a really fun actor. He always is really enjoyable in his films and always does a really great job. Now, one film I really enjoyed him in, or actually the two films he's actually been in of this series, were just really fun films, and I really enjoyed his character of Cade Yeager. And that, of course, is the films called Transformers Age of Extinction and Transformers The Last Knight. Yeah, the two last Transformers films. I actually enjoyed his character. I loved Shia LaBeouf in the first three. It was really fun to see Mark Wahlberg take over kind of and become that main kind of lead human character in the film series. And he just was really awesome. I loved his character. I loved his campiness. I loved his comedy in the films. And all around, I just thought he did a really good job of bringing these two films together. And I really enjoyed just like how his character kind of changed between the two films. Like, he went from this father that was struggling to make money for his daughter to go to college and, just to live, to this, like, guy in the run and, like, being a, badass type of character person in the fifth one last night. And all around, I just thought he did a really good job of bringing Cade Yeager to life and giving him such a great different dynamic in each film and just made it so enjoyable. And I just really enjoyed his characterization. I loved everything about it. There's a great scene in the fifth film where he's having a conversation with the main actress that plays kind of the love interest of his in the film, and they have this really great kind of exchange that's super hilarious and funny, and Mark just did a great job of bringing it to life and just playing off it so well. It was just a great scene and just all around really showed how awesome an actor Mark is. If you haven't seen either of these Transformers films, definitely check them out for Mark's acting. He's so great in them, and he's so much fun, and just all around a really great presentation in both films. But overall, I loved him as Sully in Uncharted. He was so awesome. He worked so well with Tom Holland, and he worked very well with all the other actors and actresses in this film, and just all around had a really great dynamic and just really great fun characterization of Sully, and bringing Sully to the big screen for the first time as well was just on point and so much fun. Hopefully he gets brought back and he gets to do a sequel. I'm really hoping for that because it could be awesome if he does, because he was so amazing in this film. So that brings me to the final and last actor I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than Sully's best bud in this awesome series of films and also video game series, Mr. Drake himself, Tom Holland. Oh yeah, Tom Holland! Woo, Tom Holland! Yeah, Tom Holland! Love Tom Holland. He is amazing. We all know him as Spider-Man, of course, from Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. You might know him for the film Cherry. You might know him from his rendition of Billy Elliot on Broadway. He has just been around for quite a while now and is just an awesome actor who I just really enjoy. I think he has a lot of great volume to him, and he's not just, a Marvel superhero. He is a decent actor. Now, this film really proves that I feel that he really was different than his Spider-Man character. I loved the evolution of his Nathan Drake character, and I thought that he played Drake to the T from the video game series. He was a really great addition and just a really good, selection by the casting agent. But, Tom Holland's just really awesome anyways, and he's just a cool guy, and I love that he brought some of his own personality to Nathan Drake and gave us this really great rendition of this character. Now, another great film that I really loved Tom Holland in, and I thought that he was really good in, and of course, is his biggest movies to date, and of course is the Spider-Man Trilogy. Yes, the Spider-Man Trilogy. Yeah. So, of course, Homecoming, No Way Home, and Far From Home, of course, which are really great films. All three are very solid in their own right. I definitely think No Way Home is my favorite of the three films. I think each film got a little better and better, and I just really enjoyed the whole thought process of what No Way Home brought. But all three films, him as Spidey, as Mr. Peter Parker, was just on point. And I just love the evolution of how he brought Peter Parker to life in these films too. Because from the very first film, him being only Spider-Man for 6 months or so, to him being like, it's been a few years now by the time No Way Home comes around, he has experienced so much within that time frame, from the events of Civil War to the events of No Way Home, to the events of, Infinity War and Endgame. He has had a lot of things going on in that several year span. And if you think about it, it technically is over 8 years that this has happened and that he has experienced, being dusted for 5 years, puts a lot of time frame into what, he has missed or what has happened to him. And just these Spider-Man films were just so well done by by everyone involved. John Watts directed so beautifully, but Tom was so awesome and so amazing as Spider-Man, and just, I think, some of his best acting to date. If you haven't seen any of the Spider-Mans, definitely check them out. They're really awesome. Homecoming, Far From Home are both out on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital now. No Way Home just got put out on digital, but still in theaters. Definitely go check it out if you haven't seen it in theaters. So amazing. And Tom Holland rocks in them. But like I was saying, overall, his performance in Uncharted was so awesome, so fun. All of his stunt work and all that stuff was so well conceived in this film too. You could see him doing all of his own stunts, which was really awesome. And all around, I just really enjoyed his portrayal of Nathan Drake. He was so amazing. I definitely can't wait if they make a sequel, because how they leave it off, it looks like they are going to make a sequel, and it's going to be so fun and so amazing. And both him and Mark Wahlberg were so awesome together and just played a really great dynamic duo in this film. And just all around, it was such a great film. If you have not seen Uncharted, definitely worth the watch. So amazing, so fun. Really well done, and just really great acting by Tom Holland overall in this film, and it's because of him and Mark Wahlberg that made this film so amazing. So what is Uncharted about? Basically, the premise of the story is Nathan Drake is working as a bartender who, basically hasn't seen his lost brother in many, many years. And he ends up coming across Sully, played by Mark Wahlberg. And basically, Mark Wahlberg's character, Sully, wants to get him to work with him to find this lost treasure, basically. And basically, the rest of the movie is about them trying to find this lost treasure and kind of the escapades that they come across while trying to find this treasure. It's a really fun film, really well done. Graphics were done so well. Action sequences, acting, scenery, cinematography was so amazingly done. I mean, so beautiful. A lot of the great sights that they show in this film was so beautiful and amazing looking, and it was just great different scenery you got to see, different lands and stuff like that they just really brought to life and give us this really great, view of these cities and countries in this film. And all around, the film just was so well done and so fun, and I'm very glad that Ruben Fletcher directed it, because he really brought it to life and gave us this really great film. If you have not seen Uncharted, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Can't wait for this to come out on Blu-ray 4K, DVD soon, and add this to the collection because it was just so amazing. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up on this bad boy. Definitely worth a watch, people. If you haven't seen it, go check it out now. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, if you want to show support for this channel, if you enjoy this channel, definitely check out my links down below. Either for my Patreon page, which I give my patrons extra cool stuff for subscribing to my Patreon, where they get outtakes, bloopers, say on what I do next, and all that kind of cool stuff. Definitely check that out too, people. And as always, people, if you enjoy horror films, definitely check out the Horror Pack link, where you get great horror films to your door every month for a really great low price in many different formats. So definitely check that out too. As always, people, catch you in the next one!